Kanye West released Bulletproof with Kodak Black. This was supposed to be on the Bully album, but just like all the other songs, it was leaked, and I'm glad it was. Look, this is a collaboration we didn't even know we needed. Let's just be honest. Look, Ye say these fantasies dark, but they beautiful. Back to the Future too. Niggas woke up a giant. They was planning his funeral, believe it up to Ye to be late to his own funeral. Look, bro, this is hard. Yeah, this is hard. Shout out Kanye West. I know he a little sea-sucking motherfucker these days, but the nigga still got it, fam. Promise to keep it real, tell the truth, the whole truth. So help me God. Drop it in the comments. And Kodak Yak delivered an exceptional 16, bro. Drop it in the comments, man. This shit is fire. On top of that, Yeezy making the Yeezy collection affordable, nigga. He's winning. This how they do you. You know what I mean? Sometimes you go down, but you got to know how to work your way all the way back up. You know what I mean? Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the playground. 6ix9ine throwing shots at Megan Thee Stallion in a game of fuck, marry, or kill. With DJ Vlad, he say he choose to Meg Thee Stallion. Why? It's free Tory Lanez. He say he'll hit her with a horse tranquilizer and it'll be over for her. Look, fam, a lot of people, free Tory, free Tory, free Tory, thinking you're gonna get something when he gets out of jail after he does his 10. But look here, bro. Tory did what he did. You know what I mean? Had he not done what he done, he wouldn't be in jail right now. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, bro. Or he didn't want to snitch. Look, bro, ain't no average nigga, and I'm talking about mentally, you know what I mean? Ain't no mentally average nigga gonna get on that stand and let them people prosecute him for shooting a woman in the feet. It's hella fucking stupid. Let's just snitch or not. I didn't do it. As one of them now. You know what I mean? It's just simple as that. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Nigga ain't doing no time for nobody. Just being honest, just being real. Whether they want to hear it or not, sometimes you got to just be real with people. You know what I mean? It's shit. I ain't doing no time for you, bro. I had nothing to do with it. I refuse to go do 10 because you going to respect me a little bit more, man. Fuck your respect. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. Scars from the playground. Orlando Brown is selling $100 chicken wing meals. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's slanging the wings. You know what I mean? It's just being honest, just being real. Mainly in the Arizona and the Chandler area. Look, Eddie's $1 million wings, chicken. 20 flavored wings, your choice of 3 sauces, 20 soul wings, a tray of fries, banana pudding, and 4 Kool-Aids. All that for $100. On top of that, he don't got a regular brick and mortar type of restaurant situation going on. Meaning, you order it, they make it, he bring it to you personally. Look, man, shout out Orlando Brown. I know a lot of people say a lot of things about him, but that man is a hustler. Found a way to reinvent itself. And if you look at the ratings on the chicken, people giving it a 9 out of 10. Now, I don't know who the hell is cooking it, but hell of a recipe. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Young Jeezy set a new Guinness World Record, you know what I mean, for the largest orchestra in a hip-hop music concert. This is Thug Motivation one-on-one live, you know what I mean, at Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino in Vegas. Look, bro, he took 101-piece orchestra on a road. This has never been done, fam. The Color of Noise Orchestra. They killing it. Killing it. He's live right now. Andy Glass personally presented him with an official certificate. Like I said, he's going in the Guinness Book of World Records. Now, a lot of people argue whether he was cooperating against Big Meech or not. When it comes to Jeezy, it don't even matter. People don't even give a fuck. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. He was teaching you about getting out the streets. He ain't never wanted to be sell no drugs with Big Meech. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments, man. He just thought it was cool. They all just think it was cool, and everybody don't want to partake. Scars from the playground. Shout out Young Jeezy. and purchased 20 properties in Shreveport as part of his economic district initiative. He dropped $50 million into real estate and entertainment infrastructure, aiming to turn the city into a southern media powerhouse. Look, bro, they gave him full control of his space to produce television shows, films, and any other content he chooses to produce. Look, shout out 50 Cent. You know what I mean? Shout out to him, because I know I say a lot of shit about 50 too, but nigga love to work with you. You know what I mean? Real shit, if you could get out of your emotions and, oh, I can't work with him, can't work with him. Look, I ain't got nothing to do with all that other shit. Call me. Call me. You know what I mean? Real shit. Drop it in the comments. 50 is winning, though. On some real shit, 50 is winning. Shreveport is loving him. You know, loving him. He's building the economy, boosting that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Shout out 50 Cent, bro. Shout out Curtis Jackson. He's a motherfucker, petty bastard. But he be using this tinker. You know what I mean? That nigga can tink. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the playground. Shout out 50. Benny the Butcher throwing shots at Freddie Gibbs. This is in a new song, Free Rollers, on West Side Gun new project, Hills Have Eyes Tree. For those that don't know, they took his Rolex in Buffalo, New York in 2022. Look, bro, he said, even in airports, niggas get checked like customs. They promote me, then y'all quote me. Low key, y'all should thank the niggas that woke me. He said that nigga like a bald head, nigga like Jody from Baby Boy. Look, man, shout out Benny the Butcher. Freddie Gibbs. Weird cat. You know, always getting his ass whooped. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Always getting his ass whooped, getting something took from him. But spreading that, all this spreading. That's why they call him Spready Gibbs. But look here, I'm not against Spready. I'm not against him. That man's a hell of a rapper, and he will be talking his shit soon. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. He ain't gonna let it slide. Shout out Benny the Butcher. That was cool. But Freddie could rap. You know, let's just be honest. Let's just be real. He gonna tear your ass up, boy. You know you done fucked up, huh? Yeah, you know you done fucked up. Drop it in the comments, fam. Drake is being accused of using Spotify bots. He's part of a new lawsuit that this West Coast dude, I think they said it was Snoop Dogg, Lil Cuttin. So what? That's your cousin. That don't mean nothing, obviously. But look here, bro. He's part of a new lawsuit that claims the boy is benefiting from billions of fraudulent streams. They say Spotify knows about it and just turns a blind eye to it, causing massive financial harm to legitimate artists, songwriters, producers, and other rights holders. Look, bro, shout out to him. I don't know the guy. You know what I mean? That's why I didn't put his name in this. Drake, he ain't part of that. Yeah, Drake ain't part of that. The people love him. You know what I mean? Drake is one of the most top played artists on Spotify. You got to put some respect on his name, bro. We know where it's coming from. The West Coast. This is because he's suing Kendrick. Okay. I mean, UMG. And come on. Okay. Yeah, try it again, bro. Yeah, try it again. Nobody's believing that. Drop it in the comments. And everybody know Drake being on top of his game ain't got shit to do with Spotify. That nigga is breaking charts everywhere. Records. Drop it in the comments, man. They got like so many fucking platinum songs. And even Take Care just went platinum. Drop it in the comments, man. Shout out Drake. Blueface was released from Lancaster State Prison. He was serving a 4-year sentence for violating his probation. He was eligible for parole in December. But look here, Christmas came early for Carlissa. You know what I mean? Just being honest, just being real, bro. He's back. You know what I mean? He showed himself, but he said, you know what? He's on some low-key secret society type shit right now. Just flying on under the radar, ready to get back to it. But he's okay. He's out of prison, still crippin', face full of ink, got his weight up. He looking for Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy, wherever you at, bro, you promised that man a friendly fade. You can't be scared now. You know what I mean? Real shit, bro. I want to see if Soldier, drop it in the comments. I want to see if Soldier Boy is still going to be talking that shit now that Blueface looking like he might be able to pulverize him. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Floyd Mayweather received the Champion of Israel Award from the Republican Jewish coalition for his support during the Gaza war. Look, bro, annual leadership summit in Vegas, uh, they announced it, gave it Maynard Award. Always been a voice for the people in Israel. He said he will always be, not 10%, not 50%, but 100%. A lot of people are saying this is all about money, for the money man, Floyd Mayweather. But you got to understand, bro, at the height of everything, he was really flying and going help people out there. A whole bunch of orphan kids. A lot of people lost their lives. Look, everything ain't about some other shit. You know what I mean? He's standing with who he's standing with, bro. Like it or fucking not. And he's expecting to receive a lot of backlash for even accepting the award. You know what I mean? But look here, bro. Don't worry about nobody else. You know what I mean? Point blank, period. Nobody else even matters in the bigger equation of what you're trying to do. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the playground. Shout out Floyd Mayweather and congratulations. DVVD may not be as innocent as a lot of people think, bro. They're saying he abandoned his Tesla a day before going on the Withers tour. Look, he's at the center of a death investigation. New private investigators trying to piece everything together and form a timeline. His 15-year-old lover was found in the back of his Tesla, butchered and abandoned down the street, right up the road from his fucking house. You know what I mean? Look, the owner of that property wants to know what happened in his eyes. He want to know. He rented it to the manager. Didn't know nothing about D4VD and his teenage lover standing out. So he has hired somebody to look into it. If the police ain't gonna get justice, the people will. But D4VD may not be as innocent as you think. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. 6ix9ine offered NBA YoungBoy $1 million to collaborate with him. This was in 2022 on his single Giant. You know what I mean? Look, NBA YoungBoy say he wanted to do it. They was close to getting in the studio, but look, he wanted to make something positive at the time. Yeah, at the time, he wanted to make something positive. He wasn't into all that rah-rah, gummo type of shit. On top of that, he wanted $2 million. Yeah, he wanted $2 million. Why? He knew 6ix9ine had it at the time. He knew his worth. Look, bro, Kodak Black got the shit end of the stick because he actually took that $1 million. Even dissed 6ix9ine on the same record he was on, but people still got at him. What are y'all gonna say about NBA YoungBoy, fam? What are y'all gonna say about him? If NBA YoungBoy would have did that, would it have changed the way you felt about Contrell? Or would it have been nothing to you? Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Kanye West's Bully album delayed for the 5th time. Now, the Kodak Black joint, that Bulletproof that just dropped, hot as fish grease, you know what I mean? And luckily we got that. It was leaked because this Bully album, like I said, ain't coming out right now. You know what I mean? The man say he will have it ready December 12th. Right now, he's still at the drawing boards with this bitch. You know what I mean? Look, bro, I can admit it. I thought it was over for Ye. Until I witnessed this fire with Kodak Black. You know what I mean? This made me look at the man quite different. Quite fucking different. Because I thought he couldn't tap into it no more. Now I see this man just playing. You know what I mean? This man just playing. Same old Kanye. Sea-sucking Kanye, but nevertheless, same old Kanye West. Drop it in the comments. Wack 100 throwing shots at Drake. He say the main career will be over by 2026. Look at the play. The UMG lawsuit dismissed. They suing him for stake. He say the women coming next. On top of that, he part of a big lawsuit accusing him of using streaming bots on Spotify to get millions, billions of fraudulent streams. And Spotify's turning a blind eye to it. Look, bro, shout out Wack 100. You don't know the music business. You don't know the business like you think. Because if you did, the gang would be much further in it. Ray J would be much further. And Blueface tell him will be way much further. Drake ain't going nowhere, fool. They done built the casket for Drake probably about 10 times. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. He just refuses to get in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Real shit. Drop it in the comments. The man got friends in high places, bro. He ain't going nowhere. Just being honest, just being real. Scores from the playground. 50 Cent throwing shots at Diddy. This is after a picture surfaced on the internet of Diddy having a good old time with the fellas. You know what I mean? He say, look at him. He look handsome. He look happy to me in the presence of all those handsome men. Good morning, New York. You look, bro. 50, a nigga don't know what you talking about, fam. Nigga don't know what the fuck you talking about. All of the LGBT jokes is done. The man like what he like, you know what I mean? Now, why don't you like him? I know he tried to take 50 shopping, but did he make a pass at you? Because niggas don't act like this over just, oh, he tried to take me shopping. It had to be way more, bruh. Did he slip something in your drink? Were you one of the victims? Look, inquiring minds want to know, you know what I mean? Because he's been a petty, petty bastard about this and taking it to the next level. But for what, bro? You got to ask yourself that. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Sean Diddy Combs has been granted an expedited federal appeal. Look, bro, he's challenging the convictions and that 50-month prison sentence. They speeding it. It's speedy. You know what I mean? Real shit. This appeal process will be starting in December. It's a process, fam. The ending come to a conclusion April 2026, meaning he's gonna be washing dirties in FCI Fort Dix Federal Penitentiary for the next 6 months. For sure. For sure. So everybody that's scared Diddy is gonna get out soon, y'all got a little time. Y'all got a little time. But with them expediting this shit and him actually going to prison for 6 months, it's looking like he's gonna get out. For sure, bro. They gonna put that man on house arrest. I'm willing to bet. If you willing to bet, get at me. Drop it in the comments, man. I'm taking bets. What you wanna do? 1,000, 2,000? Come on, man. I need the money. Drop it in the comments. I'm throwing shots at 50 Cent. This is in his new single, Bigger. Yeah, Bigger. He took the chance to go ahead and throw shots at 50. He say 50 Cent baby mama likes P. If he mention my name, it'll be a lifelong beef. Look, I don't know what's going on with Dave Blunt's. He's getting bigger, obviously. That's why he titled the song that. Everybody thought he was on the diet. Turns out him losing 45 pounds this day, 90 pounds the next, 100 pounds next week. It was all a lie, fam. All a fucking lie. You know what I mean? Now he ain't working with Kanye West. He want people to look at him. But if you want people to look, bro, you gotta give your best. You know what I mean? Diss records ain't good for everybody. You'd be better just sticking to the music, doing something that ain't about sucking your cousin's cock. You know what I mean? He's being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Charleston White throwing shots at Yungeen. His tour was canceled. Said he wasn't selling tickets, fam. He said, look, the main rap career is over. Died with Fulio. The best thing for him is to go get him a CDL, get him in a truck and go make you some money on. Look, a lot of people might be taking this as a diss, but this is real game, you know what I mean? Lil Troy want to be a baller. He went and got his CDL and started making some real change from that shit. You know what I mean? Music don't pay as much as you think. You know what I mean? Music don't pay as much as you think. On top of that, bro, you getting yourself in all type of shit you don't need to be in. You know what I mean? Real shit, and taking years off your motherfucking life. For everybody that ain't never had no job, might be a good thing for you. Yeah, might be you might find out that you actually like working. You know what I mean? Just being honest, man. I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. And this for me, just being in the job field for so fucking long, bro. I worked so many jobs, maybe like 100 jobs, you know what I mean? Never could really find one for me in the labor world, but it has its perks. You know, let's just say that. Yeah, just say that. But getting a CDL, that's big shit. That ain't like as small as people think. Oh, it's truck driving. It's bigger than that, nigga. We talking 6 figures. Plus, if you really doing some driving and you got a good record, bro, drop it in the comments. Shout out to CDL drivers. I've been trying to get mine. You know what I mean? That's why I'm here. You know what I mean? Drop it in the comments, bro. Scores from the playground. Never know when you're going to need that motherfucker. Might as well expand your resume the best you can, bro, because you never know when you're going to need something to fall back on. You know what I mean? Drop it in the comments, bro. Shout out Charleston White.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the jail, it gotta be about business.